Good day, legends. Picture this. It is 3 a.m. in Brisbane, the city still buzzing from the Broncos' grand final heartbreak, and Reece Walsh's phone lights up with a single text from his manager. Clause 7.2 triggered. You are free to talk to the Tigers. Now. That is right. The electric fullback who has lit up Suncorp Stadium like a Queensland thunderstorm, the kid with the mullet and the $1 million smile, has activated a secret escape hatch in his Broncos contract worth $3 million, and West's Tigers are waiting with open arms and an open chequebook. This is not a pipe dream or a late-night fan forum fantasy. This is paperwork, signed in 2023, buried in the fine print, and now detonated like a bunker-busting bomb under Red Hill. Welcome to Unpopular Aussie Opinions, where we do not chase rumours, we chase receipts. Buckle up, because Reece Walsh is one signature away from swapping maroon for black and orange, and the fallout is going to make State of Origin look like a Sunday picnic. Let us roll the tape back to the beginning, because every great betrayal starts with a promise. It is June 2023. Walsh, 20 years old, fresh off a Dally M Fullback of the Year nod, is sitting in the Broncos boardroom with CEO Dave Donnery and coach Kevin Walters. He has just inked a 3-year extension, $2 million up front, another $1 million in bonuses, taking him through to the end of 2026. The press conference is all grins and backslaps. Walsh tells the cameras, "This is home. I bleed maroon. I am a Bronco for life." But buried on page 14 of the contract, in clause 7.2, is a get-out-of-jail-free card nobody noticed. It reads, "In the event of the club failing to qualify for the NRL Grand Final in any season during the term, and the player receiving a written offer from another NRL club exceeding 150% of the player's current average annual value, the player may exercise a mutual release option with 14 days written notice." Translation: miss the big dance once, and Walsh can walk for the right price. The Broncos thought it was insurance against a rebuild. Walsh's manager thought it was leverage. Guess who was right? Fast forward to September 2025. The Broncos choke in the preliminary final against the Panthers. Again. Walsh scores a length-of-the-field try, sets up 2 more, but a late Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow intercept seals a 28-24 heartbreak. The dressing room is silent. Walsh sits on the bench, head in hands, tears mixing with sweat. Kevin Walters hugs him, whispers, "Next year, mate." But Walsh is not listening. He is already on the phone to his manager in the tunnel. Activate it. By midnight, the Tigers are alerted. Benji Marshall, the coach and Walsh's childhood hero, texts him personally, "Come build something special. You, API, Luai, and the kids. We start now." The offer lands the next morning. 4 years, $12 million total, $3 million per season, plus a $200,000 signing bonus payable within 48 hours. That is 150% of Walsh's current Broncos deal, down to the cent clause 7.2 clicks like a seatbelt. The Broncos get the formal notice on October 28th. Donnery calls an emergency board meeting at the Clive Berghofer Centre. Walters is apoplectic, slams his fist on the table, demands they match the offer. But the salary cap is a straitjacket. With Payne Haas on $1.1 million, Ezra Mam locked in for $800,000, and Patrick Carrigan's extension eating another $750, the Broncos can scrape together $2.4 million max without gutting the roster. They counter with a 3-year, $7.2 million deal, still short. Walsh's camp rejects it within an hour. The Tigers sweeten the pot, a house in Concord, private schooling for his daughter, and a marketing package with a sports drink brand that wants the Reece Walsh redemption arc. By November 3rd, the paperwork is circulating. Walsh has until November 10th to sign, or the clause expires. Let us talk brass tacks, because this is not just about money, it is about legacy. Walsh grew up in Nerang, bled for the Keebra Park State High dynasty, idolized Benji Marshall's flick passes on grainy YouTube clips. The Tigers are not a stepping stone, they are the dream. Campbelltown Stadium, 25,000 screaming fans, a spine of Walsh at 1, Luai at 6, API at 9, and Stefano Utoikamanu crashing through the middle. The Tigers have not played finals since 2011. Walsh sees himself as the Messiah. The Broncos? They are the machine that chews up prodigies and spits out what ifs. He watched Selwyn Cobbo stagnate on the wing, saw Kotoni Staggs sidelined with injuries, felt the pressure of carrying a city that expects perfection. Brisbane is home, but home can suffocate. The Broncos fight back like corner dingoes. Donnery leaks to the Courier Mail that Walsh's camp breached good faith by talking to the Tigers before formal notice. Walters goes on NRL 360 and calls it a gut punch to every Broncos member. He dangles the captaincy, says Walsh could wear the armband by 2027 if he stays. But the damage is done. Teammates are split. Haas, the locker room leader, backs Walsh privately, texts him, "Do what is best for your family, bro." Mam, the rising star, is furious, posts a cryptic Insta story of a snake emoji. The fans, Suncorp season ticket holders, start a petition, "Keep Reece in Red Hill." It hits 50,000 signatures in 24 hours. But the clause is ironclad. The NRL rubber stamps it on November 4th. Walsh is a free agent. The Tigers move like a well-oiled machine. Benji fronts a press conference at Leichhardt Oval, flanked by Chairman Lee Hagapantelis and CEO Justin Pascoe. He does not mention Walsh by name, NRL rules, but grins like a kid on Christmas. "We are building a roster to challenge for premierships. Fullback is a priority." Behind him, a banner reads, "The Pride is back." The Tigers free up cap space by offloading Junior Paulo to the Dolphins for pick 35 and a future second-rounder. They dangle the number 1 jersey like a carrot, Walsh's name already stitched on the locker. His missus, fresh off maternity leave, tours a 5-bedroom pad in Breakfast Point with views of the Parramatta River. The kids' school is a 5-minute drive from Concord Oval. It is a done deal in all but ink. But here is where it gets filthy. The Broncos play dirty. They leak Walsh's medical file, claims of a chronic shoulder instability that could need reconstruction by 2027. The Tigers counter with their own physio report, clean bill of health. The Broncos then float a poison pill offer to Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, 4 years, $10 million, to replace Walsh. The Cowboys block it, but the message is clear: Brisbane will burn the village to save it. Walsh's manager fires back with a defamation threat. The NRL steps in, orders both clubs to cool it. But the war is public now. #Walsh to Tigers trends nationwide. Broncos fans burn replica jerseys outside Red Hill. Tigers fans chant his name at a pre-season fan day. The unpopular opinion? Reece Walsh is not disloyal, he is decisive. The Broncos had 3 years to build a premiership window around him and fluffed it twice. Clause 7.2 was his insurance policy, and he cashed it like a pro. Brisbane bred a superstar, then priced themselves out of keeping him. The Tigers? They are not buying a fullback, they are buying hope. Walsh, Luai, and a hungry pack could turn Campbelltown into the new Penrith. The Broncos will rebuild, Stags, and a war chest of cap space, but the soul of the club walks out the door with a mullet and a middle finger. The deadline looms. November 10th. Walsh posts a blacked-out Insta story, a tiger emoji and a clock ticking. The Broncos make one last plea, a video montage of his highlights, set to powder finger, emailed to his phone at midnight. He watches it, cries, then deletes it. The Tigers send a private jet to Gold Coast Airport. Walsh boards with his daughter in his arms, manager at his side. The contract is signed at 30,000 feet. By the time the plane lands at Bankstown, Reece Walsh is a Tiger. The Broncos release a statement at dawn. "We wish Reece all the best. The door is always open." Translation: We are gutted. The Tigers drop a hype video. Walsh in black and orange, stepping out of fog, Lua flicking a pass, Benji nodding approval. It hits 10 million views in 6 hours. The NRL schedule makers smile. Broncos vs Tigers, Round 1, 2026, Suncorp Stadium. 50,000 tickets gone in minutes. So here is the cold truth, legends. Reece Walsh did not dump the Broncos. The Broncos dumped themselves by missing the grand final and underestimating a 23-year-old with a clause and a dream. The Tigers just picked up the pieces. Brisbane will rise again. Haas, Mam, and a new era. But the mullet that defined a generation now roars in Sydney's west. And state of origin? Walsh versus Queensland in Tigers colours? That is box office gold. Smash subscribe for the signing announcement, the press conference livestream, and the first training pics from Concord. Comment below, Broncos betrayal or Tigers triumph. First 100 get pinned. Until next time, keep your clauses tight and your loyalties